Hello, amazing souls. Welcome back to another episode with me on my channel, Cosmic Contracts with Princess Starlight. So, today I'm going to talk about the healers. This is another episode on YouTube by the Heyoka, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And Lee Carroll is channeling Kryon and all the teachings of Kryon. He kind of um, uses them and brings out the important points or the information that is needed. And he says that, the only people who are going to find his channel is when they are in the frequency of ascending to more knowledge and wisdom, which I really like because his topics are all about healers, light workers, 144, how you're going to ascend, um, all the information and knowledge that Kryon shares. He is sharing that on his channel. Yes, with that, I just remember that I had to, from now moving forward, like I kept searching for my soul family, right? So I just got this intuitive message from Kryon that you already have your soul family, soul group. So all the subscribers here, all the people who come to me for healing, they are my soul group. And then imagine it took me so long to realize that part, but I'm extremely grateful. So these are the points. All right, these are the points that I collected from that I got from the series, and I'm going to discuss them. Maybe this helps you, especially if you are a light worker, if you are a shaman. And I'm sorry, I don't have that much of knowledge regarding a shaman, but I'm I cannot, I can never compare to what you hold. This is so much. Then, if you are a healer and anyone who relates with the term old souls are souls that have been here for a very, very long time, since the time of Lemuria or before that. Now, now usually Kryon, and there's one more, Maliha. I'm sorry if Eha or Malaha. I'm sorry. I'm not sure about this one. Both are extremely great teachers, and he is channeled. I told you in the last episode that when after the Cold War, Berlin fell and then the Communist Party fell, these channelers were brought forth. Hitler was using channelers to channel messages from the higher beings, right? And then quickly the other neighboring parties, other neighboring countries picked that up. So they also started inviting channelers, and that is when Kryon was channeled. And now Lee Carroll, he channels Kryon. So the old souls, the old you go back is Lemuria, but even from before that, if you move before, and I don't know how long, but you can find them in Pleiades, then Sirius, Venus, and many more planets. Now, Venus is like the elder sister of Earth. She has already completed all her lessons in love and light and has ascended. And now, Earth is at that point of ascension, right? That's why we are called. That's why this era of new age, right? Now, there is a very huge connection between the light workers, healers, um, so in short, anybody working with the energy. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry, this is not the information that was in this yeah, video. This is what I have gathered from my research, so I'm going to share a little bit and then I will start what the points are there. So Venus is about enhancing your energies in love and light. Then Sirius, I'm giving you just the short clips. Then Sirius and especially Sirius B. It has the best spiritual institutions in the universe. Here you go for, and especially all the ascended masters around the globe, whom we see as god and goddesses, they have been to Sirius B schools or institutions to enhance their energy skills, and learn more lessons. Pleiades are, they go way more further, and Pleiades are the seven sisters, if you connect with that. The teachings of the star mothers, right? A last topic, I also talked about the star mothers, and star mothers of Pleiades. They talk about the power of a woman, because women are giving birth physically, right? And they intuitively open themselves up to feelings of love, compassion, kindness, gratefulness, and so many other things, nurturing, providing comfort, and all these motherly instincts. The moment she becomes a mother, they are just kicked in, right? It's kind of like an automatic mother. So even when you find women, they're like, oh no, I'm going to be a horrible mother, or so and so and so. In fact, actually, they turn out to be the best mothers, because they have never experienced, and the first time they experience, they feel so good and so nice and so peaceful about these things that happen to them, that they in turn, really absorb these feelings much more quickly. So the women, they worked with the power of women, and definitely that I keep calling the pod, the storing pod, the womb, because that is the place where you're going to be storing all your emotions and feelings, right? So here, the star mothers from Pleiades, you will find them across various religions, especially indigenous tribes. They say that, we came from the stars. So the star mothers from Pleiades, they taught the men and women in Lemuria. And remember, I talked about the shamanic wheel in my last episode. Let me see where's the information. Yes, this was the last episode. So I talked about the wheel teachings of Lemuria, or the Lemurian, the teaching wheel of Lemuria, something like that was the tagline, but the wheel is main actually. So there's a wheel, and they talk about wheels. So in between there is the great central sun, right? The great central sun, and then the teachings, how you're going to be like a child, what you're going to. There are many teachings inside of it, which both men and women took, especially women, because they were about to get in touch with these feelings at the, or either they already were born with these energies, and with the coming of becoming a mother, it just kind of kicked in more, accelerated, let's say it's just accelerated, right? And then the shamanic wheel teachings, which very few, and especially only women did that. And even in the women, it's not like men were not supposed to, but men would not do that much often, because back in Lemuria, the women, back in Lemurian times, the women, they were the powerful, they were the leaders, they were the powerhouses, right? So the shamanic wheel teachings, very few women took, like even if they enrolled, not everybody was able to complete. There were more hard lessons or something like that. So I still haven't studied the shamanic wheel. I'm still in the wheel teachings of Lemuria right now. So usually not many did that. So those who maybe had at least taken the classes or something, and maybe they did not complete it, maybe they'll complete it in another lifetime, maybe this lifetime, or moving forward any other lifetime. So this was Lemuria, and these were the two teachings that I was talking about, right? Okay, 1 second. So the star mothers would educate back in Lemuria, then from Lemuria it was passed on to Atlantis. And remember, they were kind of overlapping in their in sense of time frame, like they were existing simultaneously, but then Atlantis came a little after Lemuria, and then they existed together for some time, and then things brewed up between the two, and certain other things happened. And then the teachings, but the teachings, so Lemuria was more, or you can, Mu was more feminine in nature, while Atlantis was more masculine in nature. And after that, we moved to Egypt, and in Egypt, we have Isis. So, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, they were the priestesses of the Isis temple, the teachings of the Isis temple. Remember, Mother Mary did not just conceive Jesus Christ just like that. No, she did not. She was a sacred soul, and she knew how the sacred soul, and they had these Isis teachings where they were taught how to produce a being of higher intelligence or consciousness. That's why Christ, he's known as Christ consciousness, right? So, and after Egypt, we move to so and so and so and so time to current timelines. That's it. All right. So this is a little uh, background for healers, energy workers. In short, anybody who is able to understand the energy, you cannot see, but you can clearly feel them, and that's why you're a sensitive being. So, if you are an old soul, you have mostly been somewhere in this picture that I just drew from Venus, Sirius, and Pleiadian is more older than, like, very, very old. So I can't even put a timeline to it. So our star mothers, the divine mothers, they came from here. Okay. Now coming to this episode, healers, the beginning of an old soul revolution. So here the author talks about that there's a planet, and on this planet there are pockets of light and dark energies, all right. And you will find that you go into an area, society, let's take a city, and you start feeling the energy, like the city is slow, the city is really fast moving forward, it's growing, there is no growth in this, you kind of start feeling, right? So, any planet, there's always going to be a ratio of light versus dark over there. Now, in the olden times, because those were the times when we were targeted the most. So, what did the light did not exist back in those times? It was there, but darkness was, the dark people, dark as in not the demonic or something, but dark as in the people filled, the souls that are filled with ego, living in the, they are living inside the box, and they do not agree with anything outside, that there is a universe, that there are other beings, and then there is light and dark. So they do not accept, or they do not, they just cannot, their consciousness is right now low, right? The awareness is not that much back in those times. So darkness in sense of the consciousness. So usually the healers, all right, so they would live outside the town, and people one by one from the town would, they would come to her. So they will come to the healer's house, and one by one they will get their healings or anything done. But what happened was, back in those times, the consciousness was, as I said, was not that much, the awareness was not that much. So supposing if they're having, clouds, only dark clouds, thunder, lightning, and the weather is not good, they'll start blaming the healer always, like, it's because of you, because of you. So as long as the healer was healing them, that was fine. But if something would go wrong, they would say it's the healer, and they would start, they would ask her to leave. So she's already, he or she's already living outside the town, and then they ask her to leave. And what the other thing, so this is one important point, that light was also, back then light was there, but there was so much of low consciousness among the majority, like the um, collective, sorry, yeah, I was thinking about the term, collective consciousness was low, that one of, you're just one, and there are so many. So obviously you will feel that light is not there back then. Light and dark ratio was point number one, and the pockets around Earth. So light and dark ratio. The another interesting point shared on this video was, just let me write down, the energy. The first I'll have to write the point, the hermit mode. So in the hermit mode they talk about that now that you're awakening, right, you are bound to explode in terms of energy, not physically. But yeah, there are people, they do not understand and they increase their energy, and there have been cases around, for a very very long time, that the entire human being explodes because it's the energy that is going to enhance, right? So they talk now that the souls are awakening. Their energy will, from being a soul of lower consciousness, all of a sudden you'll start remembering because you're awakening, and there will be, the consciousness will shoot up all of a sudden for you, and all the older memories, they will start to feel like, very distant or very far far back, not current. So you can feel the gap, like it's been like thousands of years when something happened, but it's just been like 10 or 20 years maybe. So he says that, right now you have two options, the awakening ones. Awakening ones are usually either they are going to go back to their friends and families because they get the support, but because of the persecution imprint from the past, remember, you were kicked out of the society, and maybe you were put at stake, or you had to flee the country. There are various ways in which you were, the community was hostile towards you. What does persecution mean? It just means that, they do not accept your belief system or your beliefs, and they are always hostile towards you. And this hostility can be through verbal, through physical harm, or they can just, through words usually. So in short, they were hostile. So for those who, and most of us met with this, most of us carry this persecution imprint within our womb space. Yeah, that is very important. It's overall in your energy system, but where is the main part stored? It's stored in your womb, where from where therefore you'll find that you just swallow your words and you cannot speak up, you cannot express. You feel, like sometimes you want to say something, but all of a sudden there is a block on your throat because of, you could not express yourself in the past. Your throat chakra gets blocked. See, that's why the entire energy system gets affected, but mainly it's stored in the womb, affecting everything. Then when you're not expressing, your creativity gets absorbed. All right, this was not mentioned, this part was not in the video, so this is mine. So I will draw the parts where I'm putting in my research work. And then your creativity gets blocked, your joy gets blocked, and therefore when all these things are blocked, expressing the unique soul that you are, the divine soul that you are meant to be, that's not happening. All right, so you would want to stay inside the closet and not tell. So there will be like an energy wall, unseen, and you will block people from coming in because you can, um, right, you will block people because your akashic imprint, this is this was mentioned in the video. So your akashic imprint is already carrying that imprint of the persecution and the fear that you got. So even in this life, you're choosing to stay small. You behave, or you know that, you are always acting like a victim, but you are not the victim. You keep yourself low, small, but you very well know deep down that you're meant for big things. And third, right now, though you cannot express, you swallow your words, but you know that you speak deep down, you know that, you're very powerful, and you speak the truth. But somehow there's a reason you are hiding, and if you're hiding, then this is the reason. That's why you're hiding in the closet and not coming out. I faced this imprint all my life, and I am still overcoming this in some ways, right? I remember months back, I did not have the courage to even tell my mother that I have started doing all this healing work. I still don't talk about the depth of things I talk about on my channel, but now I have come to a stage where I have told her that, I have clients and I do the healing work. So now it's she knows that, at least I love this work, and I really feel a lot of peace for myself, and that I can give it to others as well. So now we are at a point where I know she's not going to understand the depth, but now she knows that yes, I'm a healer and I help people clear their traumas or their suffering or find their soul mission, all these things. So she's now at least, we are at some point where she knows a little bit about me. So I'm slowly coming out of the closet, maybe, but not completely fully. But there is no rush. Do not rush that, oh, there's an imprint and I need to just heal and get out of it. Do not push. Remember, I talked about divine timing in the last episode. It's about ripening, ripe energy. When the energy or the fruit, when the fruit is properly ripe, only then you are asked to pluck it. So the divine timing is like that. When the energy is ripe, you will automatically come out of the closet. So just work on your imprint, and when the time is right, the universe knows that now it's time for you to come out and speak your truth. It will happen. Till then, just do the clearing part. So what will happen is, if you're awakening and now you know you're not going to be accepted for who you are, you will get into a hermit mode for some time, and this sometime can be from months to years. It depends completely on your soul evolution. Nobody can tell you that, you can get out of this in a couple of months or a couple of years. It is always going to depend on you. And then he talks about that in this awakening, you will start accessing your Akashic imprint. So, the third point he talks about is, after awakening and the hermit mode, is the Akashic or the etheric imprints. So, in your etheric imprints, because of this persecution or the fear that you carry, you are carrying the imprints of past fears, but you're also carrying your gifts or talents. And life after life, like, veil after veil, when you keep crossing, your soul is eternal, right? It's just the physical body that you leave behind. But your soul is passing from one veil, right, one life that is, to another life, and another, and so forth, moving. So as you are carrying your fears life after life, you are also carrying your talents life after life, and that cannot be removed from your akasha, or your, it's kind of encoded in your soul, in your ethers. And fear, you need to drop that, you need to remove that, you need to clear that, because fear is going to block you. And if you are blocked by fear, then your gifts and talents will remain dormant. You need to activate them, right? It's in you. So they will stay dormant as long as you give into fear. Remember, you don't have to fear. Just face your fear, and remember that universe, archangels, beings of light, they've got your back, especially your guardian angel. And even if you right now do not believe in these things, but something is there and someone is actually protecting you, just thank them, be grateful, and just talk to them as a friend. And whatever you need, just let them know nicely, and see if it comes to you. Because in my case, at least, when I started this awakening, I thought, oh, I'm going crazy, it's not working. But then when things started happening, I was like, okay, small things I asked, and for me it just you know they came. They took some time. By the time I was like, okay, these things are silly, But then after that, things actually started to happen for me. All right. So the third point was Akasha. And then fourth point is that healers. Oh, okay. Where do I write? All right, I'll go here now. So the fourth point is modern hospitals. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Modern hospitals plus healers. So, because you are intuitive, and yeah, if you are watching this, then you know you are a healer, or you connect with these terms that I just mentioned here, light worker, shaman, healer, old soul. All right. So, the healers, they because you can feel the energy, and most of you, if you are especially a light worker, then you're here to be a powerhouse. You see, the powerhouse is able to light up the entire community. So maybe you're a powerhouse that lights up a community, a city, or a country altogether. And as we contribute, all of us contribute our light, we create a net, a blanket around the globe. Remember that you are contributing from here, I'm contributing from here, you're contributing from here. And as we see the grids and we start contributing, we create a tapestry around the planet of light. That is the role of, enhancing the light more on earth. So you are intuitively know how people are feeling, and emotions then cause problems in your mind, and then from there physically they manifest in diseases. The more light and energy stays, we will be away from disease. If you break disease, then that is dis-ease, that you're not at ease, your soul is not at ease, and this has to go. So as more and more healers rise and more people start to heal, what's going to happen is that right now the hospitals, the modern doctors, they kind of stay away from these things even if they know. But then as more and more, like, the community will start growing all together because of these healers, because of you people. And what will happen is that there will be a time when they no longer can say that it is not working. And that is when, hospitals, after realizing that something is happening, they will invite the intuitive healers into the hospitals. There are many places right now currently also where they openly accept, they invite the healers to come and be with the people in the hospital. And in future it's going to be a very like, the intuitive healers will be hired, literally hired, to come and be in the hospital, because that will be a new trend for hospitals that are working really good for the people. So in future this is going to be a very important career for many people. And then they talk about, all right, so this was the fourth point. Now, the fifth point was, what about the signal? Now, many of the healers, shamans, or the light workers, or the awakening old souls are feeling that, I'm not able to catch the signal, I'm not able to align, or I'm not able to tune in. That what Kryon is saying here is that you already know. There is always going to be a knowing in such souls that you're meant for something else, and you can continue to deny, but the voice inside of you, the inner voice inside of you, is going to, literally scream that, you're meant for more. I remember since childhood, like, inside my head there used to be this very loud voice. So growing up, I'm a very shy, low self-esteem, low confidence, you can imagine all the things gone wrong with one person, and nobody tells you that, you can work on these things. And then, but this inner voice in me literally roared like a lioness inside of me, I can say. So I never trusted that. It's just been after the awakening that I now completely, I'm trying to build a beautiful relationship where I want to actually follow my inner voice for once, because I know that it has worked for me, and I just have to put in my faith and belief. So your inner voice is not wrong, if in case you were wondering that, it's your best guide. So He's saying that the signal is that alignment, that you're aligned to the God source or the light source, God, goddess source, or the light source, that whatever you want to call that, but the main source of energy, of power. He's saying that it's already, you are always aligned. You don't have to keep catching the signals that, oh, I'm not connected or it's not working. You're already tuned in. Your guides, he says, your guides are always around you, asking you, begging you. All right, when I'm saying begging, then I am, Kryon is saying that they are literally telling you that please, please, your guides are saying, ask, let us show you the path that you're already aligned. You have to ask. And then he says, if you want to know more, then you need to meditate. And in that meditation, reach a point of, point of silence, point of silence, to access the wisdom, the knowledge that you already have in store. You already hold that. If you're an old soul, if you feel connected to the terms, if you're listening to me so far, you are one of them, right? You cannot land upon any information that is not meant for you. There is something, and that's why you're still here. So it's he says that you have to meditate, get to a still point, access your wisdom and knowledge, and in that, when you're accessing that, you open yourself to the new frequency. This is the new frequency, like I talked about in the previous episode, that in 2012 the energy gates open, and now there is more light from multi-dimension. It's coming into the planet. So new frequencies which have never ever been before on this planet are now coming in. All right, so but one thing, free will, or let's say free choice, nobody can violate that for you. You have to make the choice. You have to let go of, unblock your fears, because they will continue to block you. These are the two things that you need to do from your side: free choice and unblocking your fears, and getting to the right channel. That is, so that is like, you tune into the radio, you tune into the radio to catch the signal, right? So it's saying that you need to get into the right channel. Your soul, your inner self is screaming, is screaming. And now, because of this new energy, what is happening is your Merkabah, or your aura, um, it's the light body actually, in which you are there. If you have seen the Da Vinci the Da Vinci's, that drawing of, their two bodies, and then yeah, I hope you're getting that. I'll put that here in the video if I can. So this is already absorbing a lot of light that is flowing on planet Earth from the upper higher dimensions. And now, just by feeling that you're connected, you will be, when you walk into a room full of lower consciousness people, darkness, you will be able to shine brightly, literally shine brightly, and remove the darkness away from the room. This is your power, but you have to claim it. You really need to free choice and clear your fears. And as I talked about the modern hospitals, remember, in the modern hospitals, they just work with the skin and organs, but you will be working with a cellular structure. You work at the cells, like, where the cells are absorbing and releasing energy. The healers work with the cellular structure. You are trained that deeply, at in various planets, Pleiades, Lemuria, Sirius B. You have learned the work of cellular structure over there. And then Now, the last point is the realization that after hearing all this, if you know that that you connect you deeply, or you like really connect with this topic, remember, from moving forward, you cannot be the same. You cannot um, just be open to one modality. So either you're following one religion or yoga practice or whatever, you have to now open up to more modalities of connecting with your soul, healing, releasing all these things. So getting out of your box, in short, then opening to things you don't expect. Sometimes people are rigid, right? They don't want to change, or they don't want to do new things. So open to things you don't expect. Just be little open that universe can throw surprises left and right, if you really want that. Then whatever door you get to the future, know that it is going to be a benevolent path for you. Know that. Then know, as you open to all these things, whatever solution you are looking for, the answers, the solutions will come into your life. They will just walk right at you. You don't have to run and struggle like the rest of the people teach us, that, oh, how come you're sitting so peacefully? Really need to get up. You need to work your ass off, and you need to do this. You cannot take things lightly. No, sit down, work with yourself, and see how solutions walk into your life. And I am a living, breathing example of this. Throughout my life, people told me, how can you sit so nicely, peacefully, and you really need to work hard. There were so many things told to me, and I tried to follow them, failed miserably. Then I did my old ways that worked for me, and it's working pretty well. I take time, I am slow, I work peacefully, and everything in my life just falls into place moment after moment. It's like, all the moments were decided previously, but it's not that case. Some are, but usually when you are still within yourself, and you sit with yourself, and you really visualize what you want, things start to happen, solutions start to walk in. Tell the universe what you need, what is blocking you, and see if the solution comes or not. Try it for yourself. Do not believe me. You have to try. Experiment with yourself. Then always you f- while you can keep saying you are a victim, but healers, let's again, just self acceptance. You are never a victim to anything or anybody. You are way, way more powerful than them. But if you continue to choose staying in that closet, people will walk right past you. You will just keep feeling like a used doormat from the outside. That is, you will keep feeling that, oh, I'm the victim. But let's face the truth, that inside your soul is screaming, oh, you're meant to be powerful, you're meant to be a healer, you are very unique. And not everybody is blessed right now on this planet to be you. They can eventually become healers. All of them have potential, but right now, not many healers, not many of them can have what you have. So you are unique, you are very blessed. Just get out. And light workers, for light workers, this is, I can make this a little point, that for light workers, he says that light workers, your energy on this planet is so high that whatever you set your mind to, it's like you are ordering, from the menu of the universe. And you can be sure, when you get into a restaurant and you order something, what happens? You get the exact same thing. So your energies are so high, you're so in tune to the universe, that whatever you order, it is going to get served to you. So again, it's like you demand and you will get served. So please be very careful of what you ask for, because it's going to come back to you. And the more you go higher in the ascension or the energy, the spiritual component inside of you will accelerate. And you are already coming in with the high energy. All right, your energy is already high, but the more you get in tune with your spiritual component, all right, the more you get in tune with your spiritual component, you are going to get more closer to the God source or the light. So you are, in short, becoming more close and close. So you're more closer than the rest on this planet right now. And the more you work further ahead, you will reach more closer to the source. So this was the entire topic. Remember, the parts that I have put inside the boundary are my own research points, and all this is from the YouTube video. So please do not mix it up that all these things were from one video, and I just don't want to mix the credits out here. But I'm sorry, I had to mix the information. Like one point to another point, I just started feeling, I just wanted you to know all the important points. So I hope this helped you. And if you're looking for any healing, or want to know your mission, that you connect with this but you don't know from where to start, I help you with the initial step, to take the initial step. I am right now not a professional healer or trainer, so I like, because being in the legal field, I used to give legal advice, and now I stick to the same thing, that now I give spiritual advice, which you can take or you can let go of. But what the initial step you need to take for your journey to begin, I can definitely help you with that. So I hope this helps you. With a lot of love and light, Princess Starlight.